सिर्फ TNN TV पर।
Hello viewers, welcome to TNN News. This is Zara Siddiqui. Let's have a look at the headlines. A Venfield reference, Nawaz's counsel raises objection over court's questionnaire. Everyone will be held accountable, Nawaz responds to Zardari's remarks. 4 martyred in cross-border Indian firing in Sialkot. Hamza Shahbaz records a statement with NAB in Saaf Pani case. Vice Chairman of Chinese Central Military Commission visits Naval HQ. Schools closed as clashes continue in Farah. Myanmar wants repatriation of 1,101 verified Rohingyas. Supreme Court approves draft Covry management scheme. Egypt opens Gaza border for month of Ramadan. Uzbekistan mulls introducing Islamic banking. Now the news in details. The statements of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, daughter Maryam and son-in-law Captain Safdar in the Venfield case could not be recorded as the defence sought more time to contemplate the questionnaire sent by the Accountability Court. The Venfield reference relating to Sharif's family's London properties is among the 3 cases filed against them by the National Accountability and Supreme Court's directives. As the hearing went underway, Nawaz's counsel Khawaja Harris pleaded the court to delay the recording of statements as they needed more time to mull over the questions sent by the court, owing to some discrepancies. The prosecution objected to the plea, saying the defense just wants to waste time. However, Accountability Judge Mohammed Bashir approved the plea but observed that the recording of statements will not be delayed for more than 2 days. Moreover, the court ruled that Panama case JIT head Wajid Zia, whose cross-examination in the Al Azizia reference was to resume, should now appear in court later. Earlier, a questionnaire comprising 127 questions related to the Venfield properties was handed over to the deposed PM and his family. The accused were directed to record their statements as per the questionnaire. Responding to former President Asif Ali Zardari's statement, Nawaz Sharif said that no one will escape from the accountability now. Everyone has to be accountable for whatever he has done. He was talking to reporters in National Accountability Bureau Court during the hearing of a Venfield reference. Earlier, Pakistan People's Party co-chairman Asif Ali Zardari had said that former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has been in politics for 30 years, with a hand in glove with the establishment. He said that the country comes first, but the PML and Supremo is not even ready to be loyal to his own country in the quest for power. He said many people have forgotten in difficult times that the country must always come first. The PPP co-chairman said that the former premier was the one who started politics of Changamanga. 4 civilians were martyred and 10 injured when Indian forces opened unprovoked fire on a border village across the working boundary in Sialkot. The Inter-Services Public Relations, the Army's media wing, said that the martyred included 1 woman and 3 children. The ISPR further stated that the Punjab Rangers conducted retaliatory fire and an exchange of fire took place intermittently. Following the incident, the acting Foreign Secretary summoned Indian High Commissioner Ajay Bisaria to the Foreign Office and submitted a letter of protest over the incident. Last month, Pakistan's Director General Military Operations had taken up the issue of continuing ceasefire violations by Indian Army in a hotline contact with his Indian counterpart. The ISPR said that Pakistan's DGMO Major General Shamshad Mirza highlighted deliberate targeting of innocent civilians residing along the LOC and working boundary by Indian forces on the false pretext of reaction against alleged cross-border infiltration. The top Pakistani military official emphasized that durable peace along LOC and working boundary is contingent upon practical manifestation of existing understandings by Indian troops on ground. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz MNA Hamza Shahbaz appeared before the National Accountability Bureau and recorded his statement in the Saaf Pani Company case. Sources said Hamza was questioned by NAB's Deputy Directors of Investigation, Prosecution and Intelligence, adding that he has also been provided a questionnaire. NAB was ordered by the Supreme Court to investigate the Saaf Pani Company for financial irregularities after it was informed that the company was yet to start despite having spent 4 billion rupees. The Punjab government established the company to conceive, plan, design, execute and manage projects for the provision of safe drinking water in terms of both access and quality to the communities living in unserved and underserved areas, that is rural and peri-urban areas of the province. Speaking to the media after his appearance, Hamza said those whose intentions are pure are not afraid of anything. He stated, "We will continue to appear before NAB and face the law." Vice Chairman of Chinese Central Military Commission General Zhang Yujia visited Naval Headquarters Islamabad and called on Chief of the Naval Staff Admiral Zafar Mahmood Abbasi. Upon arrival at Naval Headquarters, General Zhang Yujia was received by Admiral Zafar Mahmood Abbasi. A smartly turned out contingent of Pakistan Navy presented him the Guard of Honor. General Zhang Yujia called on Chief of the Naval Staff in his office. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest including CPEC as vital part of Belt and Road Initiative were discussed. The Naval Chief also highlighted close bilateral ties between armed forces of the two countries. Vice Chairman of Chinese Central Military Commission termed Pakistan as China's all-weather strategic partner. Both the dignitaries termed the success of CPEC and related projects as tantamount to prosperity and economic empowerment of the people of the region and beyond. The call was followed by a brief given to the visiting dignitary of Pakistan Navy's perspective on security situation in Indian Ocean region and PN contributions towards peace and stability in the region. Amidst rising insecurity and conflicts in Farah province in past few days, the Ministry of Education announced that all schools and educational institutes will be closed in the province temporarily. The ministry said in a statement that the decision was made to ensure safety of school teachers, school children and employees of the ministry in the province. The ministry has directed the Provincial Directorate of Education to delay the school exams for a month and schedule them after Eid. Local officials in Farah confirmed that clashes between government forces and Taliban insurgents have resumed in Farah city after insurgents attacked security forces. The officials said Taliban insurgents are hiding in civilian houses. They confirmed 3 suicide bombers detonated explosives close to police headquarters and government buildings. Residents said the Taliban had been pushed back from the city, but they were in Shirko, Peshko districts and Regi area of the city. Provincial Governor Basir Salangi said security forces will continue their operations to destroy the insurgents in the province. Myanmar has urged Bangladesh to start the repatriation of 1,101 verified Rohingyas out of 8,032 persons received from Bangladesh amid a very slow verification process of Rohingyas. Myanmar also wants to take earlier verified 778 Muslims and 444 Hindus. Bangladesh, however, emphasized verifiable concrete information from Myanmar so that it could be shared with the Rohingyas in Bangladesh for building their confidence to go back to northern Rakhine and Myanmar. An official said Bangladesh also wants Myanmar to create a conducive environment in Rakhine state, including safety and security of the returnees, rebuilding villages, access to livelihood, freedom of movement, and so on. After the second joint working group in Dhaka, the Myanmar side claimed that they are ready to receive the verified Rohingyas from Bangladesh, according to Myanmar media reports. The third joint working group meeting will be held in Nay Pyi Taw, and the dates and venue will be communicated through the diplomatic channel. Bangladesh currently has a Rohingya population which is far more than Bhutan's entire population. Bhutan has around 800,000 people, whereas Bangladesh had to give shelter to some 1.2 million Rohingyas. The Supreme Court approved the centre's draft Kovri management scheme for smooth distribution of water among 4 southern riparian states. A bench headed by Chief Justice Deepak Mishra rejected the suggestions of Karnataka and Kerala governments over the scheme, terming them as devoid of merits. The bench, also comprising Justices A.M. Khalvinkar and D.Y. Chandrachud, said the Kovri Water Disputes Tribunal's award, which was modified by the Apex Court, has to be taken to the logical conclusion by the Kovri management scheme. It also dismissed Tamil Nadu's plea seeking initiation of contempt against the Centre for non-finalization of Kovri scheme. Karnataka, which is facing political tug-of-war between BJP and Congress JDS over government formation had earlier made a failed bid to temporarily stall the finalization of draft Covri management scheme. The top court had made it clear that it would see that the draft scheme is in consonance with its judgment only. The scheme, once finalized, would deal with the issue of water share of the 4 states in different circumstances, like normal and deficient water years in the Covri River Basin. The top court had modified the Covri Water Disputes Tribunal Award of 2007 and made it clear that it will not be extending time for this on any ground. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has made a rare decision to open the Rafah crossing with Gaza for a month, allowing Palestinians to cross during the holy month of Ramadan. Sisi said on Facebook that the decision to keep the crossing open was taken to alleviate the suffering of residents in the Palestinian enclave. The Rafah crossing in Gaza's only gateway to the outside world, not controlled by Israel, but Egypt has largely sealed it in recent years, citing security threats. The last extended opening lasted 3 weeks in 2013, while usually Palestinians are able to cross for a few dozen days a year. Previous openings of Rafah have been cut short by violence in the Sinai Peninsula or with the authorities giving other reasons. Sisi's announcement comes after some 60 Palestinians were killed by Israeli fire on Gaza's frontier earlier this week, with the victims described by Egypt's foreign ministry as martyrs. Egypt has relations with both Israel and Gaza rulers Hamas, giving Cairo an instrumental role in easing tensions between the two sides and alleviating the pressure on the territory's 2 million residents. Thoughts in Uzbekistan have turned to introducing Islamic banking services, a notion unthinkable only a few years ago. A decree detailing the proposal was posted on the government's website and has already generated considerable, largely positive response. In June 2017, the central bank refinancing rate was set at 14%. The rates offered by banks to business and retail customers in turn vary at annual rates from 14% to 30%. Depending on the type of loan. The draft legislative bill envisions the creation of a commission to develop the ground rules for Islamic banking, which in its essence does away with the concept of interest rates in favor of a system whereby the lender shares in profits and losses of any given project being financed. The commission will also be tasked with outlining regulations on insuring, leasing and other financial services. Financial analyst Navru said this heretofore unorthodox form of banking will find a receptive market in Uzbekistan. Thank you for watching TNN News. Stay tuned in for more updates. Goodbye.
और अब TNN न्यूज सर्विस HD में देखते रहिए TNN टीवी की नशरियात HD में।